The life you built doesn't fit anymore. And you know it. You've been sensing it. You've been seeing it. It's probably blatantly obvious. But you're like, I've worked too hard to build this. I spent too many years on this to even consider going back. But you've outgrown it. It doesn't even align with you. It doesn't align with your spirit. When you pause for a moment to sit and be with yourself, the truth is blaring at you. You were following a system that you were told was the right way to go, was the best way to go. So you followed it, only to realize that it didn't actually fulfill you, that it actually left you feeling empty, perhaps lost or stuck. But you're not stuck. You're just afraid of leaving what you've outgrown. And that's understandable. We're not always going to know how to build our life. You might look around and think, oh yeah, all these people, they have it together. They know what they're doing. But a lot of times if you actually speak, you'll see that speak to them or find out more or just learn more about this lifestyle that you may have put on a pedestal. You'll see that life is pretty empty too, especially spiritually, right? The ideas of success that are shoved in our faces every day, especially if you're scrolling through social media all the time and you're seeing this exuberant amount of excess. It seems like, oh, that's the life. This is how I could prove to the people around me that I'm doing all right, that I'm doing the best. You don't even realize that you're choosing a life that you're trying to prove sometimes, prove to others. Not until you sit in stillness, until you start feeling the discomfort, the realness, the reality. In my last message, my last podcast episode, I spoke to you about how I'm in the in-between right now. I haven't been trying to get out of it, to rush out of it. I've just been witnessing the scales balance. I've been seeing how in my life, how I've been overgiving my energy in places that just suck it up and don't return it back to me. How I've been hoping for this approval in a way. And it's been pulling me away from my own light, my own voice, my own power. So I've been in the in-between, just feeling my way into this new space, and it's starting to feel like home. And this week especially, I've been reflecting on how I want to show up in my career, my podcast and my writings, my newsletters. How this realization of this overgiving can help balance the scales and allow me to be my best self. I found that I was following this model of what I saw the people I admired who were doing this, exactly what I'm doing right now, right? I'm sharing spiritual truths, we might say, right? And I saw how they did it. I saw their model. So I modeled that because I was like, this is a system that works. I've seen it work. I see what it does. All right, let me follow it. It was a system where you share what you know, right? And you share what you know, what you've understood, but you don't exactly share yourself in the middle of it. You share yourself in the end. And there was a part of me that didn't really want to do that, right? It's kind of like it ends up creating this image of this individual that knows it all. I don't know it all. I will say I do know quite a bit in this niche. That's why I'm here. That's why I come up every day. But I surely don't know it all. And each and every day I'm awakening and returning to presence and returning to my essence and reminding myself what true fulfillment is and opening up to wherever insight needs to come. And I realized that after a while in this model, in this system, I was feeling trapped. It wasn't working. So I wasn't speaking. I wasn't podcasting. I was taking long, long breaks. I felt trapped. But I didn't feel comfortable enough to leave or switch because it's been 6 years and this is how I've always done everything. I've built it this way. And I felt this like shame of walking away in a way, right? You're doing something for so long. You're in a system or a model, wherever it might be, in a relationship, in your career, in your lifestyle, wherever it is for you. You might feel this emotion of shame of walking away from something that was praised, right? For something that works, for something that's familiar. Everybody knows what it is and how you do it. It's familiar. But now you say, oh, I'm going to walk away from this and no one understands it. So then there's that part that's like, oh, I'm not going to get this approval that I was used to, right? I'm going real deep here. I'm letting you know that just with this shift that I'm sharing with you right now, there are many people from this channel right here that are no longer going to listen because I'm no longer sharing information or meditations that just feel good. I'm mixing it up. I'm pointing towards your inner world, and in a way, it's starting to mirror what's there, what has been avoided. The model that I was in, and I didn't realize it, but it was attracting passive listening. Those who would just come, listen, leave. But in their actual life, there's not much shifts. There's not much looking within. There's not much actual realization that the life that they're building doesn't fit anymore. I'm calling in those who are ready to look at themselves in the mirror just by sharing my process. Sharing where I'm at right now, that I'm in an in-between, that no, I don't know everything, but let me show you how I'm in this in-between and how I'm returning to presence and the emotions that I feel, the heaviness and the confusion, the stuckness, and let me talk to you about it, the things that I don't really know. Maybe that's exactly what you want. To many, this is exactly what you've been needing to hear. And for others, it's too revealing. It's too honest. You might even question, oh, why are you telling me this? I don't need to know this. I just want to stay in my fairy tale world where I can just sit and listen to a meditation and ignore what's arising. I didn't name this podcast See More with Morcie for nothing. You're about to walk with me. No more me sitting high on this pedestal. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that word right. I gotta look it up. But no more. I'm here. This is what I've always wanted to do. And there's a part of me, I was once again following a system like, no, that doesn't work. It won't work. And I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. I've been doing it this way for 6 years. Now I'm shifting into something that's more real, and it may not attract a lot of people, but it will attract the ones who are choosing themselves. The chosen ones, they choose themselves. There's no one outside of you that chooses you. And if you keep walking in that path, you're going to be seeking from validation from anyone. Your spine, you're going to have a weak spine. You're going to do things that don't align with you. Choose yourself. Everyone else is lost anyway, right? Building lives that don't even fit them. Following trends. The emotions are uncomfortable, right? The feeling of being trapped in something that you know doesn't fit you. The feeling of grief and thinking, I've spent all of this time building this only to see that this is not the life for me. This isn't what aligns with me. But this is a part of life. You are doing exactly what you're supposed to. Experiencing life. Recognizing, I don't have to follow that system. I can personalize my path. It's easier to just follow a system that's like, yeah, this works. It worked with this person and that person and this person. It'll work with you too. But if you're listening to this message, and especially if you made it this far, you know you're not like everyone else. And I'm not saying this to blow up an ego, to create a spiritual ego. This podcast will be the first one to poke a hole in any spiritual ego. It's a recognition that the lives that are being pushed, the lifestyles, whatever it is, whether it's career or relationships, however success is defined, it's a realization that you realize that's not true fulfillment. True fulfillment, it really starts with tuning in to the flow of your thoughts and emotions. Recognizing how you are responding to how the moment arises. Your senses, they begin to expand, and you start to recognize, oh, I can sense the people I'm crossing paths with. I can sense their honesty, their transparency, their authenticity. You can sense it because that's what you're being like to yourself. You're looking at yourself in the mirror every day. You're asking yourself the tough questions that many avoid. That many avoid in ways that are just do anything to avoid that. But you've chosen to look at yourself. And I want to give you your flowers for that. Because in that frequency, your transparency, you step into a room, it's felt. Your energy is felt. Your aura is seen. Some may not even know what it is, but they see it. You don't even have to say a word. And you can be yourself with all your awkwardness and your quirks. Your energy, it still comes through. Hey, you might have built a life that doesn't fit anymore. You've been sensing and you know it, but it's okay. This right here is your step. It's okay to be in the in-between. Whatever emotions that have been arising in this moment, from that realization that what you built, you've outgrown it, let them be here. Let it rise. Be with it. Those emotions are a part of your path and your healing. Avoiding it doesn't make you strong. It makes you honest, transparent, so you can put your hands down and stop building a life that's fake. You can put your hands down and stop building a life just to impress people you don't know. Just to prove yourself to people you don't know. Yeah, look, hey, you may not get the applause that you wanted to get, but you will get the peace that you've always wanted, the true fulfillment you've always wanted. The words and the comments and the things that someone else or others may say, it slides right off. Allow yourself to go through the process. Allow yourself to be in the in-between. I'm here with you. I'm walking with you. I didn't know I was in a model or a system, that I was sitting in a space where I wasn't truly allowing myself to be what I wanted to be. And now I'm here. And I'm here to tell you, you'll be all right. It's okay to let everything break down and build again. You're not starting from scratch. It might feel that way. Like, oh, this that I've built all these years. No. You're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. And allow that experience to guide you every day. You know far more than you have told yourself. You're far more intuitive than you thought yourself to be. Allow the moment to guide you. Trust what's arising. Trust it. Be present this moment here, fully seeing this moment. If you're looking for more of this, you want to continue to be immersed in this energy of honesty, transparency, realness, so you could build a life of fulfillment that aligns with you, not a life you were told to build. Join me in my Here Now Live. It's through my newsletter, The Enlightened Entrepreneur. Once you become a paid subscriber, you have access to every single group session, as well as the recorded sessions. Join me. Queen is here. Join me in that space. It's a powerful space. Queen, would you like to say peace and love? Peace, love, wholeness.